sí lúta òpè kòwé rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé àfihàn kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèpè tó sì tó. Kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé àfihàn kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèpè tó sì tó. Kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé àfihàn kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèpè tó sì tó. Kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé àfihàn kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèpè tó sì tó. Kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o èkó aró mi sá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́tẹ́ tó sì tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó aró mi sá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó aró mi sá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́tẹ́ tó sì tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó aró mi sá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó aró mi sá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́tẹ́ tó sì tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété
Find the stream you want to
ilé
share.
ọgbọ́n
Press the share button below the title.
ilé
In
ọgbọ́n
the share menu, tap on
arọ́mọdé
Copy.
dẹ́
Now
kó
you
má
have
má
the
já o.
URL copied to your
Èkó
clipboard.
aró mi sá
Now, on desktop, open YouTube and find the stream that you want to share. In the address bar, you'll see the URL of the video. Highlight the entire URL and copy it, or you can just press the share button once again. Both ways get the link copied. You now have the video link ready to use. And that's it. Now you know exactly how to grab a YouTube stream link on both mobile and desktop. You're ready to share that stream with ease. Now, on desktop, open YouTube and find the stream that you want to share. In the address bar, you'll see the URL of the video. Highlight the entire URL and copy it, or you can just press the share button once again. Both ways get the link copied. You now have the video link ready to use.
Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o.
Firstly, let's see how to find and copy a YouTube stream link on your mobile device. Hop onto the app on your mobile devices and find the stream you want to share. Press the share button below the title. In the share menu, tap on Copy Link. Now you have the URL copied to your clipboard. Now, on desktop, open YouTube.
Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́tẹ́ tó sì tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Àpìrán kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèbè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Àpìrán kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèbè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Àpìrán kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèbè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Àpìrán kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèbè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Àpìrán kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèbè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdà òbè kòwé. Bèkòwé o kò má sí dúdà òbè. Bèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́kòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Lagos nílé ó dára òun wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé àpíràn kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o kò má sí dúdá òbè bẹ́ẹ̀ tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé rárá kò má sí dúdá òbè kòwé bẹ́kòwé o Bekowe o bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Lagos nílé, ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Àpíràn kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bébé tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bekowe o bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Lagos nílé, ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Àpíràn kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bébé tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bekowe o bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Lagos nílé, ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Àpíràn kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bébé tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bekowe o bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Lagos nílé, ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Àpíràn kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bébé tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Bekowe o kò má sí dúdá o pé. Bekowe o bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Lagos nílé, ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété, ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà, ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá o pé kòwé. Àpíràn kò má sí dúdá o sí lúta òpè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí lúta òpè kòwé. Pèkòwé o kò má sí lúta òpè. Pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n. Arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o. Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Arọ́mọdé tẹ́jẹ́ kó má má sá o. Èkó arọ́mísà ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́. Kò má sí dúdá òpè kòwé. Àfihàn kò má sí dúdá òpè kòwé. Pèkòwé o kò má sí dúdá òpè. Pèpè tó sí tó. Kò má sí dúdá òpè kòwé. Rárá kò má sí dúdá òpè kòwé. Pèkòwé o kò má sí dúdá òpè. Pèkòwé o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Lagos nílé ó dára ó mú wá o. Ilé ọgbọ́n. Èkó àkété ilé.
Good morning, all. On behalf of the DG, we are all welcome to this important and very germane program. I think we should start now. The DG is around, and thank God our the lead facilitator for today, the presenter for today is also around. So we need not to waste time. Please, let's start.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Greater Lagos Rising series. My name is Deborah Adeni James, and I'm your moderator for the day. Today, we'll be spotlighting a transformational initiative reshaping the heartbeat of our waterways, the Omi Eco project. But before we get into the meat of the day, can you just type in the chat box your name, your MD, and where you are calling from? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And yes, thank you. I'm seeing all your responses. But before we get into this, acknowledging you, please let's hear the opening remarks from our DG, Mr. Adekumilola Adio Moses. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's so good to be here again on another episode of our monthly free webinar series to continue to project the lofty steps that the Lagos State government is taking, ably led by our dear governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and his excellent team. So we are having another big step forward today. And it's going to be a very interesting episode, no doubt, because we are going to be talking about a part of Lagos that is strategic and critical to our development as a state. And I'm talking about the water transport sector. So they call it the blue economy, and you will hear more about why it is called the blue economy. And we have with us a very, very special guest speaker, my brother from another mother, very handsome gentleman. So that's why I call him my brother. You know, we both look like our parents. You know what I mean? And his name is Mr. Damilola Emmanuel. I'm very glad that we have him with us today because he is one of those people that have to multitask a lot. He is a man of many parts. He's a young, very vibrant, very dynamic gentleman that is a huge asset to us in Lagos State. And kudos to my governor for being able to attract such talent to the state. The future of Lagos is bright, and when we continue to have young and powerful minds like his at the helm of affairs, the future just gets brighter and brighter. So, without any much ado, I want to welcome us all to this episode, and I want to ask you to sit back, fasten your seat belts, and get ready for the ride, because it would be a wonderful memory when we finish this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, my DG. That was a wonderful opening remarks, and it has set the ball rolling for this session. So you are all once again welcome to the Greater Lagos Rising, which is a public service enlightenment program initiative from the Lagos State Public Service Staff Development Center. It has the aim of the series is to highlight the policies powering the vision of the Greater Lagos Rising. Previous editions have covered the roles of arts and culture in Lagos social economic development. And most recently, we talked about artificial intelligence and the future of work. As we know, Lagos is a city of energy and innovation and unstoppable momentum. The true vision of the Lagos State, of the Greater Lagos Rising. This project stands as a bold step for a smarter, greener, and more connected metropolis. From modern day jetties to safer boats, cleaner waterways, and efficient aquatic transportation system, Omi-Eko is redefining how we move and how we experience our great city. To do justice to this topic is an ambitious, motivated leader, just as my DG has said, with over 15 years of experience from dynamic processing and profitability through innovative strategies. He possesses a successful track record in operations, customer service, revenue growth, and impact assessment. As the general manager of Lagos State Waterways Authority, he used his natural skills and creative thought processes to improve the safety standards and enforcement of the laws and regulations on the waterways, including effective patrol of the waterways. He upgraded the search and rescue unit, and he was responsible for creating and implementing the first ever waterways monitoring and data management center in West Africa. Please, as I'm reading his profile, do not feel restrained. Let me see the emojis of acknowledgement and clapping coming up. His unique ability to establish rapport with people and maintain relationships resulted in the significant attraction of foreign investment and private-public partnership into the Lagos State inland waterways, with the British government through the Future Cities Nigeria project and the French Development Agency for the Omi-Eko project. And the world has started to take notice. In a landmark achievement, he has been appointed as the first African director on the board of Interferry, which is a global association leading the international ferry industry. As my DG has already said, our speaker is none other than the special advisor himself to the governor on the blue economy, Mr. Damilola Emmanuel. You are most welcome, sir. And we are all looking forward to hearing more about the blue economy and what Omi-Eko has for Lagos State. Thank you so very much. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. PSSDC, thank you so much. DG, thank you so much, my brother. You already said I'm your brother. You know, whether you're the final one, I'm the final one, we don't know. But we will not allow that be the topic of discussion today. Great directors of PSSDC, I also acknowledge you and all members of staff. And of course, the great people, the great civil servants and staff of Lagos State and all other guests, the public, Lagosians themselves, we recognize and welcome you this morning. As introduced earlier, my name is Damilola Emmanuel, the special advisor to the governor on blue economy. I was the general manager of LASWA for the last 10 years and currently still just overseeing LASWA, but I am the special advisor to the governor on blue economy. So this morning, I have the singular pleasure of presenting the Omi Eco project, and we will be doing justice to that. I have a presentation, and I know that that will be shared shortly. So really, before I start and share before the presentation is shared, Martin Luther said, "I have a dream." Um, and I started to want to toy that line of "I have a dream." But I sort of realized that, Martin Luther, did all the work, and we know what happened. But today, that dream is a reality for the Black Americans in the US. So I started to say, I had a dream, and I always wanted to see this on the waterways. But then I moved beyond "I have a dream." I now see the dream. And obviously, I want Lagosians to as well live that dream. So, what you're going to be seeing today has moved beyond just having a dream to beginning to see that dream. And in not too distant future, we all begin to live this dream of water transportation. So thank you very much. And as you see, I have started my presentation with a picture. And what is this picture? This picture is, where have we been in Lagos State in terms of water transportation? Where are we currently, and where do we intend to go? So the picture on the far left is the picture of the boats, which a lot of people who probably were used to water transportation in Lagos would have known water transportation to be. They are 90% of the current sector. But we had to ensure that we are not trying to rid Lagosians of their businesses. We're not trying to rid people of their livelihoods. We had to find a way in which to make them as safe as possible. Are there issues? Are there challenges? Yes, but we're doing our best to ensure that we can. And as I go along, I'll be sharing a few data and statistics regarding what we've been doing. Now, if you look at the middle picture, is where we currently are. We have these new ferries, which I would give kudos to the current governor, because it was under him that this whole concept was conceptualized, was built in Lagos, and is operating in the Lagos waterways. It's called the Omnibus, and is in partnership with Caverton Marine, a Nigerian company which is currently manufacturing these boats in the middle in Lagos State. Then, where are we going to? The far right, the Omi Eco project. What is it going to do? It's going to help us bring modernized ferries of 50 passengers, 100 passengers, 200 passengers, and even the largest 400 passengers of ferries, which will be conveying people from point A to point B, from the western part of Lagos to the central part to the eastern part of Lagos. And the whole idea of transportation now in Lagos State is not water transportation in isolation, but how does it connect to the road, and how will it connect to the railway as well? It's all about integrated transportation system. We're not saying that Lagos will never have traffic again, because we know that people will continue to come to Lagos, and that puts pressure on Lagos. But Lagosians will have options. Lagosians will have options, and that's where we're really going with this project. Next slide, please. Let's see. So, just a bit about Lagos State Waterways Authority. Our vision is to transform Lagos into a model city with world-class inland waterways infrastructure and services. And how do we intend to achieve that vision? Is to regulate and promote the use of Lagos inland waterways, to encourage sustainable investments, and develop lasting water transport solutions for the people of Lagos State. I want you to please keep in mind, encourage sustainable investment, because this for us is something that we have been seeking for the longest time, and we're finally happy as Lagos State we've secured this sustainable investment for the first time. And this is probably one of the biggest projects in the whole of Africa in terms of inland waterways, if we dare say, not even all over the world as well. our objective to provide a world-class alternative public transport service that will be accessible, reliable, and very importantly, climate friendly, while enhancing its attractiveness and reliability to stakeholders. Next slide, please. So what are the key responsibilities of LASWA? Regulation and oversight. We license and inspect vessels and terminals, enforcement of safety standards and navigational rules, monitoring of water transportation operations across the state, development, upgrade, and maintenance of jetties, terminals, and navigational routes, implementation of projects to enhance intermodal connectivity, promotion of water transport, public awareness campaigns and stakeholder engagement, incentivizing investment in eco-friendly systems and technology, oversight of pollution control alongside, of course, LASEPA, and dredging regulations and climate adaptive infrastructure, enforcement of environmental standards and emergency response systems. And permit me to quickly say that regards infrastructure development, we also work very closely with the Ministry of Waterfront and Infrastructure Development, who also build jetties and build terminals, and then we maintain and operate those terminals, of course, in partnership with private operators. And of course, capacity building, we train ferry operators, terminal staff, and internal personnel, and development of operational standards, manuals, and best practices guidelines. Next slide. So just a few statistics, which many of you probably know, that 20 local governments in Lagos State, 15 of them, it would interest you to know, are accessible by water. So can you see the reason why is a no-brainer that water transportation must work in Lagos State, and we would all be there to witness it. So we have to. And the good thing about these 15 local governments is that you pretty much have one local government in all of the 3 senatorial divisions, whether it's east, whether it's west, whether it's central, that can be connected by water. So that's very, very important. Of course, 25 million inhabitants, that might be more, because when you see the amount of people that live in Lagos these days, and you go around, they're thinking, hey, we're more than 25 million, but yeah, about 25 million people. And 22% of this water body in Lagos State are lagoons and creeks. They are lagoons and creeks, which makes it easier for us to be able to ensure we can have navigable waterways. Next slide, please. So we have about 57 routes, 10 priority routes, 47 feeder routes currently, but we mainly like to focus on the priority route. Why we call them feeder routes just means that they're very short crossings of 5 minutes within communities. Let me give an example. The Ojo community has a lot of riverine communities in itself. Many of them around each other, and of course they're very, very short crossings from 5 to 10 minutes among themselves. But the priority routes will see you going from somewhere like Ikorodu to Marina, from Maltu to Marina, and from even from Badagry to Marina. So I keep mentioning Marina because Marina is like a central hub where, like you see the real line, where the blue line, the red line, even the green line as well is going to be taken off from and moving to other locations. Average, we have 100,000 daily average commuters, but with the Omeko project, we tend to boost that significantly. We're very, very ambitious, and we believe that there's nothing stopping us from seeing daily 1 million passengers, if not more, using the inland waterways in Lagos State. We have about 48 jetties and terminals which are currently under our operations, and some of these jetties you'll see that will be refurbished again by the Omeko project. Next slide, please. What have these LASWA's projects and initiatives over the last, I would say, 8 to 10 years? Because one of the things we have done is to make water transportation as safe as possible. We're happy to say today and share with all those on the call that today Lagos stands as #1 in terms of safety of water transportation and even food sustainable development of water transportation in Lagos State. Lagos is #1. The reason why I say so is not because we're trying to blow our own trumpets. We have every single state who wants to develop water transportation coming to Lagos to say, Lagos, what have you done? How do we learn from you? Averagely, in the previous years, we will see accidents 8 to 10 in a yearly basis. But now, those accidents have dropped significantly to almost 1 to 2 every year. We don't want to stop there. We want it to be a zero accident. I mean, this year, for example, we've only probably had one major incident which happened, which was quite unfortunate due to carelessness on the part of the operator. But something that's been handled and being dealt with. But we don't even want to see accidents any longer, because every life lost, is so painful, and I can imagine what the families have to go through. So this is something that we were very focused on before we started to think about prosperity. We faced safety. We were very focused on safety. Those are some of the initiatives we put together to ensure we started to look at the jetties and terminals. We developed 4 dumps before. What they will do in terms of buying fuel, and a lot of times they still do in some areas where we now want to ensure that we can still deploy more 4 dumps, is that people, the boat operators go and buy the petrol in kegs, and then they carry the kegs. And you know what that is? That's already a big HSC lapse. That's a big problem, and it's a huge risk, even for me. I've seen many times where there have been fire incidents, but now we partnered with the Billion Oil and Gas, and we have 4 dumps at strategic points on our waterway. So the boats just need to pull up to the part of the jetty, they buy their boat, they buy their petrol, and they keep on moving. Now, another issue we had was with our jetties, and there were concrete jetties. When the tide is low, it's not easy for people to embark and disembark on these jetties. We're able to attach floating pontoons. Floating pontoons are like floating platforms where you get onto, and it's easy for you to embark or disembark, regardless of whether the tide is high or is low. Now, the 4th thing I want to speak about there is the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. We have a command and a control center, a waterways monitoring and data management center, which monitors the waterways through technology on a 24-hour basis. We can see everything that is going on our waterways at, again, strategic jetties along the route. The first phase was to build the entire system and have all the hardware components. The second phase was to be able to communicate real time with all of the boats on our waterways. But the third phase we're now going on to is to be able to track these boats real time on the inland waterways. And we take a lot of data currently, because our water guards who are stationed at those jetties, as you can see, you eventually come to see, you see a few of the pictures of this water guard I'm speaking about, but we're able to adequately monitor our jetties and terminals because we have the water guards, our own LASMA at our jetties, to ensure that people are wearing their life jackets, they're not overloaded, and any information they have, they send it back to the control. And all that data is being populated, and it's through that data we can make informed decisions, and we can even give suggestions to what we need to plan for as we go into the following years. We have to enhance our emergency search and rescue. It's something that we were constantly being slacked for. We had to train 2 teams exclusively who were trained in emergency and rescue. We had to get also jet skis and also a floating clinic, first of its kind, which we also work with the Ministry of Health, where we sometimes even take medical missions to hard to reach areas where people who don't have access to health can actually have access to health, and then missions are carried out in this area as well. But it's also for emergency, to also respond in case of any emergency as well. We purchased 2 drones, one for monitoring from the top, and also an underwater drone to be able to detect any impediment that may be in the waterways. And of course, the carry card, which we know Lamata started to drive, and you can only use on the rail service and the BRT. We're also introducing it now on the waterways. Not all of the operators are using the carry card because we obviously have a transition with the local boat operators currently, for them to understand that this is the way to go. It's going to save you money. It's going to reduce all your wastages and your leaks. Sometimes this whole idea of cash, they're stuck in cash in their heads, but we're trying to get them to transition. But the Lagos Ferry Services, which is a state-owned operator, currently uses the carry card, and the Omieko is strictly going to be the carry card. It's going to be strictly the carry card that will be used on this system as well. Next slide, please. So now the Omieko project. This is no longer, like I said, we're not seeing a dream. We're not just having a dream in Lagos State. We're seeing the dream. Mr. Governor carried out the groundbreaking just in October. The groundbreaking of this project. This is the first time any regional government will have such a significant inland waterways project. So we're very, very proud of it. And it's not just that this is something that took about a year. This is something that we've been on for years. But we're happy that we're here today. And you know, it's beyond us. It's beyond us. It's not just about us. It's for now. It's for the present. It's for the future of Lagos. And this is Lagos going to transform entirely the entire landscape of water transportation and the whole transportation as a whole. So what is the Omiyeko project? It's a transformative inland water transportation initiative being implemented by the Lagos State government through LASWA with the financing of technical support from leading international partners, AFD, Agency for French Development, EIB, European Investment Bank, and the EU. The program aims to provide clean, inclusive, efficient, and climate resilient mobility for Lagosians by developing a comprehensive ferry system across the Lagos vast waterways, covering about 22% of the city's surface. It builds upon the preparatory groundwork laid through the waterways investment and development of the environment in Lagos, the wildlife feasibility studies. A feasibility study was carried out for 2 years before we arrived at this project. Several consultants were brought together, both local and international, to be able to ensure that we have a well-rounded project. We have a project that is not just going to be here today and gone tomorrow. A project that will last the entire lifetime, as long as we're still alive to witness it. And it's a 6-year project. It started from 2024, but really took off in 2025, and it will be on to about 2030 to say 2031. Next slide, please. So what is the importance of this project for Lagos State? It will help decongest road traffic. I always say, we always have this running joke in a transportation modes amongst ourselves, the rail, the bus, and ourselves. We say to them, well, waterways is the jewel in the crown. We try to make our noise ourselves, but they remind us that the ones that are still leading, But the whole idea is not to compete with other modes, but we hope that with the water transportation, we can decongest, traffic. We can decongest people a lot. 97% of Lagos mobility trips are by road. Almost 97%. So Omiyeko is significantly going to be reshaping that. Efficient and affordable mobility. The whole idea of the Omiyeko project is to have electric ferries. Yes, people say it's ambitious, but let me tell you, if we don't do it, when are we going to start? The future is not tomorrow. The future starts today. We're already seeing electric cars. People were thinking, how can electric cars work? But people are using electric cars. Yes, and there challenges definitely. But we now even know that even with Lagos State being able to regulate even electricity now as a state, that's a lot more. So we have access to a lot more. And of course, there's a lot of planning that goes into the fact that we're going to be using this electric flare. Of course, environmental and climate benefits is going to massively reduce carbon emissions that have been going into our waterways and even affecting our health. Is going to be entirely green transport and is aligned with Lagos State's climate action plan. Of course, job creation, over 250 direct jobs will be created through this project, and an inclusive urban development through integration with other transportation systems which I mentioned earlier, universal accessibility features, and a structured transition plan for the informal operators. This project is not here to face the informal operators, and in fact, it's here to include them, because what has happened and what we've noticed with transportation is that when you are bringing this kind of new projects, there's a lot of apprehension, there's a lot of resistance. And we initially saw it with the BRTs and downfalls, where the downfalls have to form their own association and form their own setup to ensure that they can also key in even to the BRT system as well. Next slide, please. So the importance of LASWA in the context of the Omiyeko project, LASWA is the implementing agency, like I mentioned, but of course, we'll be working with several MDAs as well, because we don't work in isolation. One of the greatest successes I'll say for LASWA is collaboration. There's no way any MDA can achieve all of the objectives it intends to achieve if it really wants to be a thriving MDA without collaboration. We have collaborated with over 11 to 12 MDAs in the history of LASWA. And we're very proud to say it. Is it from Ministry of Waterfront? Is it from Ministry of Environment? Is it to LOMA? Is it to is it even PSSDC in terms of training? Is it LETI? Is it a billion oil and gas? Is it everyone in LASEMA? Across board, we partner and make sure strategically, or is it with Safety Commission, we strategically ensure that we collaborate to ensure that we can work. So of course, on this project, even though LASWA is the development agency, we will be working with different MDAs as well. Project integration, and LASWA is also in charge of project integration and sustainability to ensure that this project also integrates with other modes of transportation, and make sure that we operate with minimal subsidies here through the infrastructure. Of course, strategic alignment with Lagos State development goals. There is strategic alignment with Lagos State development goals. We've seen that through this project. And institutional readiness. LASWA has been constantly training and retraining. And beyond that as well, we also have new staff who are also going to be brought in for execution of the project. Some are professionals, and the whole idea is for knowledge transfer to go on within these 5 years, so that they can also be that even within the community engagement and transition management. This project has to ensure that informal operators, there's a whole program for informal operators called the VITP. It's the Vessel Industry Transition Program, which will be ensuring that they are involved in, and of course local partnerships, ensuring that no one will be left behind. Next slide, please. So let's begin to go into the key components of this project. On the right side, I'm sure many of you are widely traveled, or even within Lagos, you've seen the rail system. This is what on the right side is sort of like what the map would look like. You can see the different lines from purple to yellow to orange to red to green to light blue, and the different locations. Sorry, the print is this one. You can zoom in to your screen to see the different routes. We'll be going to cover that. I'll be highlighting that even as I speak about the components. So there will be the construction and upgrade of 20 ferry terminals. 20 of the ferry terminals, which we currently have. About 95% of them are already existing, but we need to upgrade them because of the new infrastructure. The new ferries cannot fit into where we're currently using, so we need to upgrade a lot of the jetties and terminals. The good thing about it is that we currently have a lot of those jetties and terminals, about 95%. But of course, we're going to be needing a bit more land here, a bit more reclamation here, which is something we're already doing. And we have a land acquisition specialist who has also come in from the Lands Bureau to work with us. Now, 10 of these terminals will be fitted with electric charging. They will be charging at this 10 of these 25 terminals. 2 will be with maintenance facilities. Maintenance facilities to ensure that, of course, the life of anything, like I say, is maintenance. Once you can maintain them, you will be good. I want to give you a story here again. I'm sorry, it does seem like we might be blowing LASWA's trumpet a lot today, but I think that PSSDC has been gracious enough to give us the plug today. So we currently have patrol boats, which I met on ground in LASWA. And we're still using those patrol boats. Those patrol boats are longer than me in LASWA. And they are currently, as of today, will be about 13 years old. And if you see them, you probably won't know. There's no other reason other than maintenance. Look, whether we are going to pay immediately to the service provider or not, it must go for maintenance during its scheduled period. Boats are very sensitive. Boats are something that if you don't take care of them, you will be in serious trouble. So you must ensure that you take care of them. So maintenance facilities are very important as a part of this project. There will be dredging and channelization of about 140 kilometers of the entire waterway. We will be working, of course, with the Ministry of Waterfront regarding this, because they also do this as well. And I know that the Ministry of Energy as well have been doing something around this as well. 140 kilometers of the inland waterways will be dredged. This is about 70% of our entire waterway that will be dredged and channelized. Why is this important? Just like the way you have the roads and how you make the roads motorable for road transportation. People don't see water and say, the water is just there. No, you have to. There's also what they call dredging. Now, what usually will happen is that, beneath the water, there's a lot of sand. Sometimes some areas are not deep enough to take boats. So you have to dig out those sands. That's why you see that they bring out sand from the water. So when you dig, you then enable the water to become a lot more deeper, and then the boats can easily be navigable. And of course, it involves also the putting of of identification marks, so people know the routes of where they are going to. There are these things they call buoys. If you know them, you rather see them on the waterways, they are usually green and red. They direct you on where to go and the different routes you can go on. Because as you know, there are other users of the waterways. There are fishermen, there are dredgers, there are sand miners, there are loggers. So we must also be mindful of the fact that other people use the waterways. Then we will see the acquisition of about 78 electric powered ferries, ranging from 50 passengers. You remember I mentioned this, to 400 passengers. We're going to have different ranges of passenger boats from 50 passengers to 400 passengers. There is the deployment of the ITS system, an extensive e-ticketing system, synced with the carry card, CCTV, of course, passenger counters, and the control room, which obviously we have. We're going to be upgrading with this project. There will be institutional capacity building for LASWA, including staffing and training for LASWA as well. And very important, like I've mentioned, and I cannot overemphasize, the transition and compensation for informal operators through a dedicated vessel industry transition program. And thirdly, there is, of course, counterpart funding on the side of the state, and the counterpart funding on the side of the state is to fund all taxes. When you have this kind of investments and you have kind of loans and grants, the state government always has to bring its own counterpart funding. So the counterpart funding on Lagos State will take care of taxes, land acquisition where it's needed, and resettlement action plans, because you can imagine there will be some resettlement plans that we will have to go on to make sure this project is a success. Next slide. Yes, I mentioned already over 70 electric ferries, 50 passengers, 130 passengers, and 400 passengers. Commercial speed of about 30 kilometers per hour. We want this thing to be financially sustainable with no unlimited operational subsidy. This is very, very important to the project, and I already mentioned the fund for vessel industry transition program. Next slide. This is sort of what the jetties will look like, very easy, open space, but you know the roof over it, because when rain falls, so that people can easily hide under the shade as well. And you can see how free sitting, people are sitting easily, with of course, natural air being able to, well ventilated areas outside as well. And as you walk along the line, you will then approach the ferry. If you look in that picture clearly, you can see where the ferries are. So this is just the sitting area. There's a pathway that will lead you to go and sit down where the ferries would eventually be. Next slide, please. Thank you for all the comments and the claps I see. I recognize the great work of Lagos State under the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and of course previous governors who had ensured that the foundation of water transportation thrives, right from Babajide Konde himself to our current president and to all governors who have come along the line to ensure that there is the steady growth and development of water transportation in Lagos State. This is just an idea to give you an idea of some of the things we're looking at. You see the current Falomo jetty up there, and even down there's the current Ikorodu jetty. We're going to have to expand a bit, either to the right or to the left, or more to the right. For example, the Falomo there as well. So just to show you, and then you can see the ferries being proposed and how they'll be sitting there at the terminals as well. You can see the covered area and the cover on top of the covered area. We also plan that there will be solar charge, because some of this infrastructure, the climate friendly, the climate infrastructure, terminals will be solar powered as well. Of course, we also save electricity and provide alternative modes of electricity as well. Next slide, please. What's the social impact of this project? It's a safe mode of transportation, reduction of traffic congestion in Lagos, minimize land expropriation, improvements in the quality of life, creation of employment opportunities, resettlement action plan, reduce travel time, waterways, there's no traffic. You can be assured that you get to your destination real time, quickly, do what you need to do in the morning, and still be able to get to work on time, anytime, or even if you're going back in the evening as well, to get in well ahead of even if you had used the road. We're not pulling down the road, but we know that the water transportation, there's hardly ever any traffic. Creation of employment opportunities, and of course, multiple facilities. Next slide, please. Environmental impact of the project, sustainable transport systems, of course, reduction of pollution, less greenhouse gas emissions, there's a road transportation, sustainable construction materials will be used as well to ensure that we can, it's something that we also want to make sure it's embedded and imputed into this project. Cleaner and safer technologies, and of course, preventing accidental or fuel spillage, and all the different things that can be dumped in the lagoon. Next slide. Okay, thank you very much. I hope that with these few words of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you about water transportation in Lagos State. PSSDC, thank you very much for allowing me graciously express and share this vision, which we're no longer just having as a dream, but we're now seeing the dream, and in not too distant future, we're going to begin to live the dream with all of Lagosians in Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so very much, our special advisor. That was, you delivered, your presentation has just blown me away. And my notes are full from your presentation. Thank you so very much, sir. But let me just quickly try and do a summary of what you have said to us. The thing that struck me the most in all of your presentation was the hammering of the inclusion of the informal operators. Thank you for that, for not leaving them behind, for being conscious of them, and also the hammering of sustainability, greener, cleaner energy. You also highlighted on the key responsibilities of LASWA, which is the regulation and oversight, capacity building, environmental safety. Wow, that is and also the fact that there are 20 local governments, 15 of them are accessible by water. Wow, I didn't know that. That was very eye-opening for me. The 57 routes, 10 of which are priority routes, and LASWA's achievements. This presentation was very eye-opening for me. The LASWA's achievements, the boat clinics that have been commissioned, the drones for monitoring, the strategic presentation, establishment of fuel dumps, emergency search and rescue, all very pertinent and necessary things for a safe transportation system. Then the transformative inland the fact of the matter is that this OMECO is a transformative inland transportation initiative aimed to provide clean, inclusive, hammering on that again, efficient and climate resilient mobility. And the fact that the feasibility report also took into consideration the marine life, because a lot of times we do not really consider the marine life that will be affected by the projects but this project considered that. The importance of the project is to decongest road traffic, the inclusive urban development and integration of the informal operators, efficient and affordable mobility for everybody, environmental and climate benefits, reduction of the green grass, job creation, and economic growth. LASWA, the role of LASWA in OMECO, it's of course the implementing agency. It is also has institutional readiness, strategic alignment with the Lagos State development goals, and the key components of the OMECO, which is for me also very important, the inland waterways infrastructure, which are going to be upgraded in line with international regulations, the sustainable operations and fleet management, acquisition of 78 electric boats, and of course, the Lagos State counterpart funding. The social impact of the program will be a safe mode of transportation, minimization of land exploration and exploitation, and then there'll be also multiple facilities. The environmental impact is the reduction of pollution, which is right there on top of all the countries, everything that they are doing now. Sustainable construction materials, cleaner and safer technology. Thank you so very much. And I particularly love the picture of the jetty and how it's going to be. So after going through all this, I can see that we have a number of hands raised. Yes. Oluwafunmilayo says, I really enjoyed today's presentation, sir. Okay. So we have a number of hands raised. I believe we can take a few questions. But please remember our ground rules. If your name is called upon, please unmute and ask your questions, and let your questions be straight and concise and straight to the point. So I have on the raised hands. Oh, yes. Special advisors are so many people are commenting how they enjoyed your presentation, insightful. Oh, and Lanreshito has a question. He says his question is, considering the impact of water hyacinth on navigation and water quality, what strategies are being employed by Omieko to manage and mitigate this problem? You are muted, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much, Lion Shito, and I'll quickly just answer that. Thank you. This has been something that we've been tackling for a very long time, and I'll just sort of say, what has the state done? What we try to do is not say we're going to get rid of water hyacinth in the entirety, because to try and do that would be a Herculean task. So what we looked at was, okay, in the areas where it grossly affects water transportation, what can we do? We've done in the past, but this year we were totally overwhelmed by the way the water hyacinth came, and we had to shut down our major Ipakodo terminal. But of course, as the state government had already been doing, we had already been providing alternative jetties. So we had to direct that traffic from Ipakodo to other Ikorodu jetties and terminals. Yes, a bit inconvenient for people, but the fact that we had options, we had to obviously use that until the water icing goes. But you're very right. So what has the Omeko done, even looking at the water icing issue? Now, these ferries, right, will ride on top of even the water hyacinth, because the water hyacinth will not be able to stop them and get clogged up in the wheels like it was before. So that's what we're looking at for the Omeko project, that the current ferries will be able to ride even on the water hyacinth as it is. So that's what this project will be doing.
Please, can we keep our phones muted? Please, can we keep our phones muted? Sorry, sir.
That's fine.
Obiageli, please, can you keep your phone muted during the presentation, please?
Yeah, so I already said, yeah, so the ferries are going to ride on top of the water hyacinth, so ensuring that when there's water hyacinth anywhere, it will not get plugged up in the wheels and can easily still navigate. Yes, so I've answered that question. Next question, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Olusegun Sanwo-Olu, the special advisor to the governor on project implementation and monitoring, is here, and he has his hands raised, so I would like that we give preference to him. Mr. Sanwo-Olu, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. The special advisor to Mr. Governor on Blue Economy, I want to really appreciate you for the fantastic presentation. This is why we know that this is Lagos. There's no more opportune time to be here. I like the fact that you spoke specifically about the Lagos State Development Plan and how what you do at LASWA, at the Blue Economy, fits into it to make Lagos a thriving city and a place for all. And we can see the intentionality in your projects, which you have implemented over the years. So thank you very, very much for that presentation. I'm so proud, I'm so happy, I'm so opportuned to be part of this lesson. And PSSDC, thank you for bringing this our way, because I've been asked so many questions about Omieko, which I couldn't really answer. But after today's presentation by our special advisor, sincerely, I'm overwhelmed, and I think, in fact, I still have to come and see you for further this, because some investors are planning to come in and see how they can fit into the mega plan. So thank you very much, SA. Thank you, PSSDC, and God bless Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Amen. Thank you very much, sir. Ayodele has a question. It says, how does the environmental health officers fit into this project? He has two questions. How does the environmental health officers fit into this project? And the second question is, how do the waste generated on the boats be properly disposed of?
These are jam questions, though. I guess that's why we're facing PSSDC. questions, very intellectual questions, but thank you so much. Yeah, so when you speak about environment, remember I mentioned that we work with MDA strategically. And of course, when we get to MDAs, we usually would have what we've done is going around strategic MDAs. We've actually been to the Ministry of Environment. And of course, every time we get there, we tell them what we intend to do. They also tell us areas where they can come in, what we request from them. So of course, this project will be looking at how can environmental, health officers as well work alongside even our current water guards, for example, as maybe strategic jetties, and how are they able to also oversee things that will be going on there as well. So we will be integrating them through the Ministry of Environment. And in terms of waste, I mentioned that we work extensively with Loma. Of course, Loma will be looking to ensure that we're not further polluting the water. And remember, it's electric ferries. What will be our major waste? It will be the batteries. And of course, you know that this is something that the state government will be responsible enough to ensure that these batteries, are adequately disposed of and recycled in a proper way in which they should be done. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Next
So,
question.
Omobola Omotiri says, thank you, Honorable SA, Blue Economy, for the concise presentation. Sir, can you speak to the use of the jetties for ancillary business to generate revenue? The Badore jetty, for example, has a beautiful design, but is
underutilized.
Yes. So kindly enlighten on the jetty's use and others to generate revenue through business exhibitions and events and etc.
Thank you very much, Omobola, and you're very right. But let me also say this. So the Badore jetty was built alongside the Ikorodu. If you notice, they're like twins. They look exactly the same thing, and they were built under the during the time of Governor Babatunde Radifashola. And what we saw was that we had to ensure that we could fully optimize it. Ikorodu wasn't what it is today, but it is what it is today. Now, Badore has been a bit slow in coming along, but I want to assure you that what we're doing with Badore is to ensure that we fully optimize Badore in terms of, so what are we doing in there as well? We're going to be working with people who, obviously within Badore, there will be shop spaces for people to be able to sell different items, and there will be advert spaces as well. And if you notice in our Falomo, we have an entertainment. We have a company which provides sort of like entertainment, especially within the nightlife, because once the jetty closes, there is a company now which provides whether a bar, a restaurant where people can just go and relax and have a good time. So these are some of the initiatives we'll have. We'll have shop spaces, advertisements, and of course, possibly restaurants where possible in our terminals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Alaba Shotuyo, please can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Alaba Shotuyo.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. The special assistant to the governors on Blue Economy. My name is Akim Adetono from PSSDC. Mine is more of a comment. When we have a state whose population is exploding, that is, it is increasing at an alarming rate, there are bound to be pressure on the existing infrastructure. And the Lagos State has done very well by creating alternative means of transportation. That is why we have the water transportation. And not only that, the leaders of the agency keep on coming with various measures to address the existing and the potential challenges. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Akim. That's very, very good comment, and that's well noted. Thank you very much. Next question, ma'am.
I think the DG asked the question.
Yes. And the DG's question is, when will our waterways transport services reflect the 24-hour economy lifestyle Lagos is known for?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's a very good question. And I don't want to stay here and just say, well, it's going to be this time or that time. The whole idea is to see as our waterways develops. And when we get it to as safe as possible, we will be able to have that round the clock. But what we've done in the meantime is to have what we call night cruising around restricted areas and give certain boats that meet the standards, give them what we call night permits. So around the VI Lekki Ikoyi, you can cruise beyond between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. For leisure, of course. We don't allow large passenger transport across the different parts of Lagos because of safety. The waterways are not yet well lit. And that's why I said as we gradually transition to having very, very safe systems and having a well lit waterways, then we can say we'll have the 24/7 water transportation system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so very much for your answers. They are concise and they are addressing straight to the point. Do we have any other question for our special advisor?
Yes, I have a question. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Please go ahead.
Good morning, special advisor, and thank you for a very, very wonderful presentation. My question is more in the area of the viability of water transportation in Lagos State. Over time, what we have noticed is that as we try to move away from the roads to explore transportation on the waterways, one thing that keeps driving us away is the pricing. It would appear as if the operators of the boats are taking advantage of the fact that we have no other choice. So they know we are running from the traffic gridlock. So the prices are just not commensurate. I mean, back in about 10 years ago, I used to commute a lot from VI back to Ikorodu, and the price was around 1,000 naira for a 15-minute ride. And used to wonder, what if I want to do 1 hour, doing 4,000 naira? It's like the pricing is not commensurate. So what is LASWA doing in the area of pricing regulation, particularly because you talked about sustainability of the Omieko project and how there will be limited or no subsidy. So the question will be in two parts. Would you say that the pricing system of the waterways transportation in Lagos State is fair, is commensurate vis-a-vis the input and the output? And secondly, by the time we start, I am looking more towards what Lagos is doing, 18%. Perhaps we can do up to 50% without totally excluding, the people that are there. But what pricing model, what pricing range can we be looking at for like a 30-minute ride on Lagos water? We're using the boats for Lagos. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I didn't get your name, but thank you so much for that. That's a very, very important point. And it's something that we've had to be dealing with. And let me give a bit of background to why that is. Water transportation is expensive because of the core components that make up water transport. It is more expensive than road transportation because it's more expensive in terms of the components itself, and the fueling didn't make it even any easier. When the fuel subsidy was removed, we were the ones who were hard hits. Because you can imagine something that was 1.5 now has to be almost twice that amount. And we can understand, of course, when you think of people spending capacity, how is that going to work for them? But, we've done a lot of research. And if you look at the research that we've done, 65% of the total cost of any trip is based on the petrol. Petrol is the significant cost component that is very high, makes water transportation extremely high. So which is why this project has looked at electric ferries. So imagine through the electric ferries, we will be ensuring that we can reduce the price to the most affordable price for passengers to be able to use. So really, that is what is going to be the game changer, which is why we want to ensure that this whole idea of the electric ferries, can easily work. I'm really sorry about that. Can easily work extensively. So that would help us solve the problem. The real problem really is really the high cost of operations of that, and of course the petrol as well. But thank you so much, very, very good comments. I saw a question about Supreme Court judgment. Someone spoke about that. Yes, you're very right. We had a Supreme Court judgment against us, but it's something that the federal government realized that look, there's no way we want to do this because Lagos leads in this way. So we've had to collaborate on this project as well. In fact, they had to write us a letter stating that they're going to support the state and they will in no way impede this project. We had to get a letter from the head office of the National Inland Waterways Authority stating that they're very in support of this project and they will do everything to make sure this project thrives, because if it thrives, then they can also replicate it in other states as well. It will interest you to know that 28 out of 36 states in this country have the potential to develop water transportation. So just imagine if 28 states develop their inland water transportation, because only Lagos seems to be doing much about it. Other states are trying to pick it up now, but 28 have the capacity to develop their inland waterways in Lagos State. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. To all the participants, if you check in the chat box, you'll see the link for the polls and the quiz. So quickly click on it and partake in the quiz. There are wonderful, fantastic prizes up for winning. On that note, sir, may I invite to give a vote of thanks? May I invite our director? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Please, I'd like to invite our DJ again to give his remarks. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow. Damilola, you've done it again. You hit the ball out of the park. And another home run. Thanks for being so articulate in disseminating this vision. It's a very laudable one, and I'm just so proud to be a Lagosian. I'm so proud to be part of this government, and I'm so proud to know you.
Thank you.
I actually had dropped a question on the comment box because I feel it's faster when the questions are read by one person. But I don't think they picked that one out. So what I asked there was that. So I visited Dubai some time ago, and I saw this amphi bus. So that bus, for tourists, you get on the bus, and it drives on the road, shows you around Dubai, and then it drives straight into the water, and then it's goes on water, shows you around Dubai on through the waterways, and then drives right out of the water and continues on the road. And I thought to myself, if I had the money, I would just get whoever builds this thing in Dubai, bring him to Lagos, and just tell him to replicate it. I don't even want to know how, where, I don't even want to know, just replicate it, and give him the time frame that to get it done. So I don't know if you've seen it. I'm sure you probably have. Do you have an idea how this can be done for our tourism in Lagos State?
Yes. Very, very good point, DG. Interestingly, what that would entail is planning. The reason why I said planning is because, before you even can have the amphibus, remember you said it goes from the road and then it goes to access the waterways. Now, initially, most of our jetties are not built to that amount of space, but it's something that can be factored in as we begin to reclaim spaces beside jetties. So most definitely something that can be done. Let's take off with our Omieko. Let's start where we are, and of course, we'll keep developing, because that for me will be, of course, more another step to modernizing our tourism in Lagos State, and of course ensuring that people can enjoy that also feel, especially because you can go around almost Lagos by the waterways as well. So definitely it's something that is being spoken about and we plan for, because what you have is a slipway from the road. Of course, you use the slipway and then you access the waterways as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And on that note, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Um, you mentioned that two major parts of this vision to provide this water transport to add value to the integrated transport system, and then to have a sustainable model. And I'm very glad that sustainability is a critical factor in this vision, and you're already achieving that. So we look forward to playing our own role as PSSDC to help to institutionalize the capacity building program that you have for the water transport sector. I know there are a lot of things you do are specialized, and we are creating a virtual learning platform so that we can help to warehouse some of this training, and you can continue to Lagos State staff and can continue to access it via the virtual platform, so that everything that we do in Lagos State can be warehoused within Lagos, and we can build institutional capacity. I look forward to partnering with you on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, our DG, and thank you so very much again, our special advisor. And once again, Omobola Omotiri has a suggestion for you. He said, sir, let's consider water advertisements as a way of raising revenue, whether boats are pulling billboards or air balloons, just to consider it. So, just for your consideration, sir. And then to our participants, the link for the quiz is now active, so you can access it and take the quiz while we take the vote of thanks. I would like to invite, while we take the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Mr. Agbaje from PSSDC to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Director General PSSDC, and all the directors and management team, I want to thank our esteemed guests, Mr. Oluwadamilola Emmanuel, for a very insightful session. You did not disappoint at all, and I think it has been worth the wait. Prior to this program, we have been thinking about what the Umeeko project is all about. The information is not quite clear. A lot has been going on in our waterways, and indeed in many of our ministries, but a lot has been going on in that sector. And to the outsider, we would think that nothing is really happening. Then we had the E1GP series that really showcased that sector, and then we heard about the Umeoko project. And on the team of the Greater Lagos Rising, we decided that, okay, you know what, I think it's time to spotlight this sector. And you have not really disappointed us. In fact, you have really amazed us. And so on behalf of the DG and on behalf of the directors and the management team, we want to thank you for being on the episode today. And we look forward to having you at some other time in future. To all the other people that are on the call, for participants, as you know, we give out gifts, cash prizes for the polls. The polls are still being taken, but we'll not like to delay further. We will check the answers later on and then revert back to those who have won. It's been a wonderful year on the Greater Lagos Rising series. This is the last edition that we're going to be having for the year. And for those that are joining us for the first time, this is our second year running, and it is a program, birthed by the vision of our Director General PSSDC, Mr. Adekunle Adio Moses. It's our own way of educating the public, educating public servants on what the government is doing, enabling dialogue, conversation around the policy direction so that we can all be appropriately informed. As I have said, as the moderator has said earlier, we've had so many sessions this year. PS Lashma has been here, PS Budget has been here, so many other permanent secretaries. And last time out, we had a conversation around artificial intelligence and the future of the public service. Some people from that last conversation leveraged on that conversation and attended our first AI for Public Service Deployment workshop in PSSDC, and the reviews have been amazing. This year is coming to an end for us on the Greater Lagos Rising series, but next year we promise to be back, to be bigger, and to be better with a bang. For those of you that have always been here with us, the DJ has always been here with us, the directors, Mr. Aditono, Mr. Sholaja, and all our other people at PSSDC, and those in the wider public service. There are so many names that I've become so familiar with. We want to thank you for being with us all the time. And those that are from the general, Lagos public, we want to thank you for being a part of us. By January, we'll pick it up again. Thank you so much for being here for us, and enjoy the rest of the year. Thank you. Over to you, our ace broadcaster, Mrs. Adini James.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abaji. And just as Mr. Abaji has done, I would like to thank the Special Advisor once again, our Director General, our management staff on the call. Thank you so very much for your time. And our wonderful participants, thank you for the questions. Thank you for the ideas. Oh, and my apologies for those that are not able to access the link for the quiz. Those of you that can access it, I wish you the best. So from all of us here at PSSDC and the team behind the Greater Lagos Rising series, we say thank you for coming, and we look forward to a greater ride in the year to come. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Do have a wonderful weekend.